Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Wildflower Will's YouTube channel. I'm Louise. It's Monday, it's voting day, it's cast on day. It is time for us to get together for an hour and chat about knitting. So, I don't want to jinx myself, but I had good internet connection last night with Cheryl and the Fiber Friends. So, I am trying to recreate that and let's hope. So, I will wait for a couple minutes. We'll see if some people come in here in the chat. If you're joining live, say hi. I'd love to see who's here. Grab some knitting, get a cool drink, get comfy. We're here from 8 to 9. We're going to talk about the yarn you were voting for this week's project. We will chat about last week's New Start cast on. And I have a couple other projects. Well, maybe one project that I worked on. I was pretty consistent this week. And there's a little bit of spinning. Oh, darn. Okay, I'll have to just talk about crochet. I don't have it with me, but I can talk a little bit about crochet. So we'll do a little knitting, a little crochet, a little bit of spinning. We'll talk about tour de fleece, the fiber friends, what's going on there. Hello, everybody. Hi, Diane, Susanna, Alice, Amber, Liz. So, hope everybody's having a fantastic start to the week. I am still on vacation, so it has been a wonderful day. It has been a day filled with knitting on the deck, down by the water. It was just relaxing. It has been a fantastic day. So, voting. I put up the two skeins that I had dyed. Was that last week that I talked to you guys about? So last week I started knitting the hat with the third skein that I dyed. These were the other two. And I thought, okay, I'm doing a hat. I want to do mitts. And I think oh my gosh, I found my darning needle. Look at that. Um, I think last week, if I remember correctly, I think I remember myself saying, mittens aren't my favorite small project to do in the summer. And here I am doing mittens. But I know, I was thinking last week, I thought, oh, there's just that mental block about sitting on the beach or sitting down by the water or out on the deck and you're knitting mitts, which equals cold and snow. And you don't want to think about that when the weather's beautiful and it's summer and you're at the beach. But you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'm just going to stop thinking that way and think mitts are a great way to get a head start for yourself if you need some new knitwear, if you need to put something set aside for a gift in December, if you do charity knitting. There's always a big need for that. And so, really, summer is the perfect time to do mitts because then they'll be done before we need them, right? I always think my way of thinking is like, oh, you can't do it in the summer, you do it in the fall. Well, then fall comes, it gets cold, and you don't have your mitts done, and then blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to be a little more proactive. Diane says, where'd you go? Mitts are just socks with a big toe. There you go. That's right. It's kind of like you can do like sandal socks, right? Where you can do like a toe and then, right? Exactly the same thing. Yes, shorties. That's funny. Um, oh, Amber, you saw it this week and you giggled. I know. See, I'm embracing all the new things, right? Anything that I've previously thought, I'm like, I'm going to challenge that. Who says I can't knit mitts on the beach? Yeah, that's silliness. We're going to stop that. We're going to start doing mitts. Maybe there'll be more than one pair. So anyways, you were voting yellow. I said green. This is the one that was supposed to be turquoise, but there was a little extra dye, green dye in the dye pot. So it has it's green. There's like really no blue or turquoise in there. It does look maybe a little bit teal, maybe like a little bit mint green, kind of like mint chocolate chip ice cream is kind of what that looks like. Anyways, it's very pretty. They're both really fun summery colors. I mean, you could say this is a gorgeous fall color too, but I think it looks like there's a lot of pretty yellow flowers out right now. So I'm saying that this is a summer color as well. And maybe that's what we need in the middle of winter when we're wearing our mitts. Think about summer. Anyways, this is what I had. This is what you're voting for. So both of these skeins of wool is exactly what I am knitting the center point beanie hat with. It is local wool here in Ontario. It's 100% wool. It is Rustic is like a Briggs and Little. I would say it's a little more, it's softer than a Lopi. It's actually really quite nice. So you're going to see me knitting with a lot more of this yarn because you know I like rustic yarn and it supports our local sheep farmers. I know the women who raise these sheep, so it's just yeah, I just want to support local. So, anyways, no heel. There you go, Nikki. That's right. Mitts should be seem like an easy project, right? Like zip, zip, and you're done. It's just the thumb. No heel. That's right. And oh, Diane, you didn't vote, but I like the yellow. I know, isn't that pretty? I like how this turned out. Just a really nice tonal colorway. Oh, Liz, you also forgot to vote. You vote gold as well. Okay, interesting. Oh my gosh, Susanna, you forgot to vote too. All right, what was everybody doing today? That was such a busy Monday for you guys. Anyways, that's okay. So there actually was a little bit less votes today. That's a good question. I can't remember. Anyways, doesn't matter. But there is Susanna working your fingers to the bone. Okay, well, that's not necessarily good. Need to take a little bit of break in there. I know I'm one to talk, but it's a work in progress, right? Anyways, that's okay. If you guys didn't vote, that's all right. Life comes up, right? Um, anyways, we did have quite a few votes and it kind of flip-flopped. At one point, when I first put up the poll this morning, yellow was in the lead. And then when I looked at it later, I'm just looking at Instagram stories because that's the easiest one it tells me the percentages. So yellow was in the lead, and then I looked again and green was in the lead. And then I looked again and yellow was back in the lead, but it was like really, really close. So I had no idea which one was going to come out in the end. But for the most part, yellow seemed to be the one that everybody was leaning to, and there was of lots of questions. There was some talk that yellow might actually go with more colors of coats. There was some talk though about what would stay cleaner and if the mittens were going to be for children or for adults because the yellow might get dirtier more than the green. That was a very practical comment. Um, what else? I mean, some people, I think Dawn, who is like green is her favorite colors. So there were some people that it's always fun when they put up something green, I know they're gonna vote green because they're like green, 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 always, always green. I'm like usually always yellow, right? But the green is kind of fun too. Anyways, hi Paula. Good morning. Oh, Liz, you're busy cleaning your parents' house. Yeah, that's a big job. That's a big job. Hey, Cindy. So maize. Yeah, that's a good nice name for that, right? I like maize. Somebody called this celery. And I'm like, oh, that's really fun. I like that. So maybe we'll call it celery. Hi, Tracy. So anyways, yeah, so there was lots of votes. There was lots, it was pretty close. In the end, it came up with 54% went to the winning yarn. So let's put in your own drum roll here, and I will tell you the yarn that I'm going to cast on for just a plain pair of mitts. And the color that I am picking, that you picked for me to cast on is the green. 54% of the votes ended up with green. So, for all of you who voted green, you guys pulled it out at the end because yellow was ahead most of the day. Oh no, Cindy's saying boo. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but Tracy is saying yay. I mean, they're both pretty, right? You can't really go wrong, right? So I think this will make really fun mitts. Liz says, should have voted. There you go, guys. There you go. And you get to vote in all the places, right? You can vote here on YouTube. You can vote Wildflower Will's Facebook page, Instagram. There is two. You've got stories. There's the poll. You can vote in the feed. And then if you're a Patreon member, so actually, even if you're not a Patreon member, it is you. It is oh, I put the poll up on Patreon, so even if you're not a member, you can go there and you can vote as well. And Patreon members are gonna have a little perks here. So the odd time that we are tied, and I thought today actually might end up as a tie. There has been a couple of times when it has been tied. So I've decided that the Patreon paid members, I'm going to go back and look at their votes, and that will determine what the winning project or yarn is in the event that there's a tie. So that makes it easy because I'm always stuck when there's a tie. What do I do? So now it's Patreon is going to be the voters over there are going to be the tiebreakers. So anyways, green it is. It does kind of remind me of mint chocolate chip ice cream, which I think will be super fun. And that'll get me over that hump of knitting it on a super hot day. Oh, Tracy, yes, I just love the name. We gave the green. Sorry, Cindy. Oh, Diane, crap. I think I picked green and I meant to pick yellow. Oh, Diane. You yes, I mean, oh well, I mean, maybe subconsciously you were just thinking green looked like ice cream. I don't know. Anyways, green it is, ladies. So, um, celery it is. Okay, so it's going to be mitts. So let's talk quickly about mitts. So, um, I'm I've got I've got something new going on here. So my schedule is going to be switching up a little bit. It's not going to affect Monday nights. It should not affect podcast at all. But I'm going back. I'm going to start dyeing some more yarn. I'm going to start writing patterns, and I need just a basic mitten pattern. I have wrote one before, so I may go back and just update it and tweak it, and I'm going to use this yarn for that. And oh, just reading in the comments here. Diane, I think Dawn got to me. That's too funny. I know, I thought you were just supporting her because Dawn is one of the ones that is like always green, always green. Oh, Cindy, there's commercials. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they're set at the absolute lowest I can set them at. Unfortunately, I can't. I always used to have the podcast set with no commercials, and they changed it, and I don't see where that is an option anymore. So, sorry. But on the upside, that is supporting me so that I can do this more often. So let's think of it as the upside here, right? I know they are annoying sometimes. So, hi, Diane. Hey, Sam. Okay, so green, basic mitten pattern. What I need is just a basic plain mitten pattern. Knit on magic loop is what I think I'm going to rewrite. My pattern that I have, like there's a super simple mitten pattern. I don't know. I'm going to take a look at it. See, either I will rewrite it or I may just rewrite something for Magic Loop. Here's a question for you guys. Everybody that's watching right now, or if you're watching the replay, you can type in a comment afterwards. How do you prefer to knit your mittens? Do you like using DPNs? Have you switched to using Magic Loop? What is your preferred method for knitting mitts? I am curious. Oh, Cindy says DPNs. Tracy, I got one for unconventional use of dryer sheets this time. What? Tin Can Knits has it. Oh, yes. Tin Can Knits has got amazing patterns. Like, really, they are like one of the go-tos, right? No matter what you need, they have got it. Tried, trued, tested. Oh, yes, Liz, you're a flexi flip girl, aren't you? That's right. Oh, Diane says 9-inch with DPNs for the thumb. You know what? I have never knit mitts on 9-inch circulars. Probably because my track record with making mitts is like a 0. I start out, maybe that's it. Maybe it's because I've started out on DPNs and maybe they have annoyed me. I don't know. They don't. I love knitting with deep hands. I don't know. Maybe 9-inch, blah, 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 blah. Maybe a 9-inch circular might be that trick for me to like, I don't know. I want to say love knitting mitts. I like knitting mitts. The last time I finished a pair, I loved it. And I wore them. I made them for me. So, anyways, oh, okay. I have no idea. So Tracy said, "What are the crown things for?" You guys can see that too. I know it just started showing up in the comments just a couple of days ago, and I don't know. Um, it looks like number 2 and number 3. I'm wondering if that's no. I wonder if that is like the more you comment. So it's just like a little perk, right? The more you comment, you'll get the crown beside your name. And so Sam is number 2 commenter, Diane, um, Diane T, right? Diane is number 3. Who's number 1? I don't know. Goes by fans commenting the most. There you go, top fans. Well, that's kind of exciting. I click at the crown at the top of the chat. Hey, Pravina. Well, there you go. Okay. We'll see we'll see if it changes. Oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna be obsessed with watching the crowns. Okay, anyways, hey Louise. Louise says, I love my Chagu shorty set with 2-inch tips for mitts. Ha 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 ha. Okay, 2-inch tips. So there's so many options, isn't there? Okay, that's good to know. Um, yes. Oh, Sam, you sent me a picture, didn't you? Let me see if I can show it. Yes, I have my phone here. So you sent me a picture. I'll click on it here in a minute. Anyways, okay, so we've got crowns for the top commenters. That's kind of fun. Mitten pattern. Yes. So what I'm wanting is kind of going right back to basics. And I am going to need some basic patterns for people who are just learning to knit. So basic hat pattern, basic mitten, basic sock. Basic sock I already have. Hat and mitts, I'm just going to update, get some new pictures with some new yarns, and just get ready for fall classes. Do a lot of learn to knit. People that want something simple, whether they're just want a simple pattern or if they're learning. And then I will just kind of keep bumping it up with different techniques. So that is how I came up with mitts. Just need a good basic mitten pattern with this yarn, and that's what I'm going with. Anyways, but I had thought once I get the green mitts done that it might be fun to do a color work pair with a little bit, I don't know, maybe knit the mitt in yellow and some green contrasting colors, or even just stripe, or I know something. A couple people did say both colors would be nice. I could do, like a matching, non-matching mitt. That would be kind of fun. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I don't want to get the cart ahead of the horse here because you guys know I sometimes struggle a little bit with mitten knitting, but maybe the 9-inch mitten might just do the trick. World's simplest mitts. Oh, that's the tin can. There you go. Good, good. Yeah, so anyways, mittens it is. I am really excited for this because it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for me because, yeah, what was it last year when I went back through the whole year's projects? Or I was looking, maybe it was when I was going through some of the whips. There was like unfinished mitten, unfinished mitten, unfinished mitten. And I'm like, holy smokes. I'm like, apparently can't seem to finish them. I can start them just fine, but finishing seems to be a little tricky. So we're going to fix that as well as I'm knitting in the summer by the lake. All the things. We're going to switch up everything and get some mitts done. So anyways, green celery colored yarn it is. Let's talk about last week's project because that was the center point beanie hat. And it is a fun knit. It is all ribbing and you do knit it. There is through the back of the loops for the ribbing, but it does look really good. I was very I seriously contemplating do I really need to knit through the back of the loop? Do I really need to make that ribbing more pronounced? Would just plain ribbing be fine? I was really trying to talk myself into it because I'm thinking, okay, if I just do plain ribbing, it would probably be faster. I wouldn't have to think. And then in the end, I did the twisted rib because it does. What do I want to show you? I don't know. I think it does. It does look prettier. It does make it more, I don't know. It does. I like the look of it. So that's what I did. And you can tell there is my start of my pattern in there. So this is the colorway that we were talking about last week and calling it mushy peas. I asked over on Patreon about like, what can we come up with another color? And there was one there about saying how it looked like grass and something, and it was like green grass of home. And then got thinking, I thought, okay, well, maybe it's like greener pastures or I don't know. So maybe can come up with something other than mushy peas because I don't know. It is kind of catchy, but what do you think? Stick with mushy peas or do something grass related? So, but the hat pattern is really fun. The designer is Benjamin Matthews. He's got a ton of hat patterns. There was one, I think a new one just released maybe um yesterday or today. Anyways, you can go take a look him up on Instagram, Ravelry, all the places, and you can take a look. Be a perfect hat project for the Fiber Friends male designer month. Oh, pea soup. Kristen, I like that. Spinach dip colored. Um, okay, I can't figure out Kitchener stitch. Oh, so what cast can I do for your double knitting? Okay. All right. We'll figure that out, Sam. Okay. Hi, Sherry. Fiddlehead. Oh, Fiddlehead is kind of fun. Then it kind of goes with our food theme, right? Like celery, fiddlehead, and maize. Fiddlehead. Okay. Mushy peas. I like that, Bonnie says. All right. Maybe I'll put up some more Instagram polls this week and we'll get it. You can vote there. Mushy peas or fiddlehead. I like fiddlehead. Oh, avocado. Pond moss. Pond moss. Is that a positive name though? Or is that something everybody goes, blah? Oh, guacamole. Guacamole, avocado, pea soup, fiddlehead. Okay, those are all good. You guys are good. We may do this more often for naming colorways because I am not very good at that. I kind of get stuck and but I like picking ones that you guys suggest. Okay, let's see. Susanna says, this is a designer who lives in Calgary. Her Cascade Falls wrap caught my eye. It's big and interesting. The link for her Ravelry store. And here's the link for the Cascade Falls wrap. Oh, okay. So caught your eye. Okay, and it's local to you. Susanna, I love that. I call that pond scum. Okay. I don't know. I remember one time I bought some yarn from Hedgehog Fibers. And it might have been called pond scum, and it was really kind of like a chartreusey color, which there is a little bit of that in here. That's fun. Okay. pond scum. Oh my gosh, pond scum and mushy peas. How come we can't have something like rainbows and lollipops or something? Avocado, guacamole. Maybe I just need to use different colored dyes. Maybe that would solve that problem. Okay. Oh, Jocelyn likes the pattern too. Oh my gosh, then it must be a super big, nice, comfy wrap. All right. So anyway, so look, let's talk a little bit more about the pattern. The pattern is great. There it is. It started. Um, you can see there's the start of the knit stitches, and right here is the start of other two more knit columns. So it's fun. It's very easy. And right in the pattern description for the center point beanie, it does say this would be a good first cable project because it is very it is pretty easy. The only trickier thing than just doing like a plain like a cable in a stockinette background is that your cables are not just knits on what you've got on the cable needle. It's not just not knit, knit, and knit. There's knits and purls. So that's the only thing that makes it just a little step up from super, super basic is that you do have to remember what are your knits, what are your purls, but still very fun, still very easy. I don't think I have messed it up yet. Anyways, it's great. I really like, oh, Sally, green green apple candy. What about just green apple? Green apple candy. Oh, okay. I think I'm liking that better than pond scum, you guys. Even though pond scum may be accurate. Green apple candy. Ooh. Okay, that's a good one. That's a contender, Sally. Thank you. Okay, so anyways, the hat is coming along fantastic. We are doing this as a knit along over in the Patreon group, which is fun. Can see people's progress and just chat along as we're knitting. So I'm liking it. And you guys, I don't even know what nut size needle I'm using. It might be a smidge bigger than what I should be using for this yarn, but it's actually not too bad. Um, I don't know, for the love of goodness, I could not find a needle sizer as I was packing up to leave for vacation. So I'm just like, this looks like the smallest needle I've got. I'm guessing it's probably a 5 millimeter, would be my educated guess. And, usually when you're knitting cables, you want to go bigger because cables pull it in. But there's really only the one little cabled section on here. So that's not really affecting gauge. But anyways, it's fine. Sour apple candy. Ooh, that sounds fun. Okay. I like the way you guys, the train of thought you're on now. Anyway, so the hat is great. So if you're looking for something, if you're looking for a hat and something, you just want to shake up what you've been doing, go look at Benjamin Matthews Designs because he has got a lot of hat patterns. If you're still looking for a male designer for the Fiber Friends, again, he fits the bill and that would be fun. Hat is like, again, a great project because I know a lot of us right now are in a bit of a heat wave. So small projects are good. Something that's not gonna get too hot sitting in her lap. Yeah, Susanna, actually, I sent it, um, or I saw it tonight, but I haven't actually opened it yet, so I will go back and do that. Thank you, Susanna, for sending that. So Susanna sent me an email about a male designer who does filet crochet, um, and it's got patterns, which is super fun. I will check that out. Thank you for forwarding that to me, Susanna. Yes, definitely sounds better than pond scum. Okay, what else? So yeah, so the hat. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the hat. This poor hat. I have been trying to get it started all week long. If you watched last night when Cheryl and I were chatting on the Fiber Friends podcast, I had just started it and then realized that I had also messed it up, but I only had about, I don't know, this much done. Anyways, I took it off the needles and it was huge. So I ripped it all out yet again. I don't know. This was like, I think the first time I cast on doing the long tail cast on, I didn't pull out enough yarn. Rookie mistake. Pulled it out, started again. Then I cast on and I had made a mistake, which in hindsight was good because I had the wrong stitch numbers count on there. It's going to end up way too big. So I pulled it out. So then I tried it again. And then was trying to find, at one point I cast on with a larger needle because I had packed this one and then I wanted to cast on and I couldn't find this one. And I thought, okay, well, darn, maybe I didn't bring it. Maybe I didn't get it put in my bag. Maybe it got left, on the dining room table. So I had another 16-inch needle. It was a little bit bigger. I'm thinking it might have been more like a 6 millimeter. And I thought, well, I can make that work. I'll just really cast on less stitches. So I cast on with that needle. And then as soon as I cast on, I went into my spinning bag and there was this needle. So I pulled it out again. So this yarn has been cast on a lot of times. And anyway, so I cast on the smaller needle. I cast on less stitches than the pattern calls for because just to compensate for having a bigger needle. Did all the ribbing, started the pattern. There, it is not charted out, so you do have to read. It's written out, and every row you do have to read. There is the odd one that is just basically knit your stitches, but um, and I thought that was going to be, and I got caught with that. um, and I had to go back. So yeah, you do have to read every row. You're moving stitch markers, you're cabling, but it's not hard. It's just something that it's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. It is not a like knit night project where you can just sit and knit mindlessly. It is one that you do have to read your pattern, count your rows, keep track where you are. But it is interesting. It's not hard. It adds a little bit of interest. So definitely go check it out. And I recommend casting it on because it's really, really fun. Hey, Lynn. Uh, okay, so that is my hat. So I was really hoping to have it done. If I hadn't had so many cast on troubles, I could have had it done. But anyways, it's off to a great start and it should be done for next week. I tried really, 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 really hard on my shawl, which again is probably if I had not worked so much on this project, I could have worked on my hat a little bit more. And this is a project that this is just my boomerang garter stitch boomerang shawl, and it's not one that I'm really trying to get finished because if it stays on the needles for a month or two, it's fine because this is supposed to be my pick up and knit when you're visiting with somebody, you're at knit night, you're doing a Zoom call, whatever. This is like the mindless knitting project. But I was having so much fun just doing mindless knitting that this is what I just kept picking up and working on. So you'll see there's my stitch marker from last Monday. And I've got all this done, which is quite a bit. Normally on the boomerang shells, I just get a little bit done. Like I maybe do 2 rows a day just to say I worked on it. But I did some significant progress on here because at one point during the week, I had thought maybe I could get this done. And I actually am really close. Like, I don't know how much is left in here, but it's really squishy. So there was not a lot left. So if I keep working on this, this could be done quick. And then I will have to find one more ball of sock yarn and cast on. Oh my goodness, my needle's poking through here. Like, what in the world is that? So anyways, I'm just going to work on this. I'm going to move my stitch marker. I'll do that right now. I got a lot done this week. I don't think I've ever got that much done on this shawl in 1 week before. But I was just enjoying it. Sometimes you're just in the mood for just a really relaxing project. And that was this project for this week. Okay. I'm going to move this up as close as I can, and that's where we'll keep track and see how much I get done next Monday. And that was it. I've done a lot of crocheting, but I forgot to bring it. No, I don't have it. I have done 2 video squares. I've done 2 different squares from the videos from Yarn Utopia's 365 crocheted granny squares videos. So there's about 30 of us who are doing crochet this year, trying to do it a little bit every day. And so I have really over the last like almost like getting close like 2.5 weeks, I've been really motivated to pick up my crochet in the evening and work on a square. And I have listened to two of the videos, and I actually went back and I've redone two that I had already done. And there's the third one. The next one I'm doing is one that I really, really enjoyed. So I am gonna go back and do it again because why not? So yeah, so crocheting is going really, really good. I was almost thinking last night because I just have all those little bits, those balls, the Karen cakes that I just wound off one color and cut, wound off the next color and cut. And I was like just randomly grabbing colors, and I was like, my bag is getting empty. All of my balls are getting smaller. And I'm like, oh my goodness, at some point in the very near future, I'm gonna have to go get some more Karen cakes. Now, like, I've got lots more in my stash at home, so that won't be a problem, but I'll have to wind them and restock my bag. So that is kind of exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Sam, you're hoping to have 100 dishcloths done by the end of this month. That is fantastic. Good job. What is the pattern for my shawl? You know what, Susanna, that is, I'm going to write, actually, I started to write it up, but I don't have any pictures. So I'm going to, it is just, I'm going to need a name for that as well. It is just my asymmetrical boomerang garter stitch shawl. Super, super easy. It's just a recipe. You just cast on and you keep knitting. It can be one skein, it can be two skein, it could be three skeins, whatever your preferred is. So um, I'm going to actually put that out, and it will happen probably in the next month because, and I've said before that I've got something, yes, my schedule is changing. I've got something exciting to tell you guys, but I think I'm going to wait till next week. I'm starting it Thursday. And so then I will tell you after I've started it. And yeah, then I'll have more to tell you. So that's all I'm going to say. Let's see, Sam. Oh my gosh, I know everybody like so crazy, right? About Sam, 100 dishcloths. That is just like I can't even imagine 100 dishcloths. Oh, Tracy, you got to run. Oh, okay. Have a great week, Tracy. We will chat with you next week. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me see if I can pull up Sam's dishcloth. So, what else is going on? Tour de Fleece. Tour de Fleece. I decided to take part in Tour de Fleece. As you know, I have really struggled this year qualifying for Sock Madness. Did not happen. I tried to qualify for Super Sock Worldwide Championship. Did not happen. So then, um, then somebody, it might have been Jude, reminded me about Tour de Fleece, and I'm like, oh my gosh, third time is the charm. Maybe that's it. Maybe sock knitting is not my thing for competition, but spinning could be what I have been looking for. So, um, this is day 3 of Tour de Fleece. I have not spun yet today, but I have spun day 1 and day 2 quite a bit, actually. Actually, I was playing. Oh, and it happens to be right here. Let me show you what I have done. Hi, Deborah. Oh, merino silk and camel. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, I'm not using anything near that nice. But Deborah, you spent a couple hours tonight spinning for Tour de Fleece. Fantastic. Um, oh, just call it my favorite shawl. Okay, Kim, maybe I was way overthinking. My favorite shawl. Well, it is my favorite shawl, so maybe that's what I could call it. All right, my favorite shawl. That might be it. Okay, let's see. Oh, Sam. Okay, hold on, you guys. Before I get distracted here, I'm gonna pull up some corner to corner or my or grand favorite dishcloth or whatever it is, right? Like the ones that a lot of us just whip out. Like, no, this is Sam's dishcloth, you guys. This is double knitting, Sam. This is fantastic. Look at this. This is the quality of like Sam's 100 dishcloths. Their art. Isn't that Sam, that is a fantastic pattern. I haven't seen you do this one before. That is really great. Okay. Let's see here. So, Sam, that's awesome. I'm getting close to 100. Incredible. Um, oh, so Susanna said right now, I am not sure. I'm finding out if I have I can have oh, you're just really tired. Well, with you just seem to work a lot, Susanna. Oh, Nikki. Hi, Nikki. You've been spinning on your nano. Lovely. Hey, Mary. Your group for Tour de Fleece doesn't compete. I'm not a knitter who needs to be validated by competing. Well, see, and I'm not really competing either because I joined a team, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how this whole Tour de Fleece thing works. Anyways, I thought I had joined a team. Oh, no, I'm freezing? Shoot. Here, I'm gonna take your pictures off my screen. Maybe that'll help. Um, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I signed up for a team and it just still says it's pending, so I can't post in the Facebook group, and I'm like, "Oh, whatever." Sock bingo was fun. See, I had wanted to do that. And anyways, I am just spinning. My goal is I'm going to spin every day. There are 2 challenge days. When the bikers are in a challenging part of the race, then with your spinning, you can choose to do your own challenge, learn something new, or try something harder, or whatever, spin more. But my goal is just to spin every day. And the first 2 days, I applied, and I just will need to practice. I need to practice, practice, practice. I need to figure out more about my tension, and um that's the thing. I just want to spin. So I'm not really like trying to figure out like yardages. I've just been doing a lot of reading in different Facebook groups about some people try to spin the same yardage as the miles the bikers are racing in a day, and that seems a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's not as much as it sounds. Anyways, it sounds like everybody is doing really super fun things. Some people are definitely more relaxed about it. Some people are doing more competition. Anyways, I'm just spinning and having fun. And my goal is to spin every day. And there's 2 rest days. So I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna do the best I can. I do have my spindle, so I may try. I've got my drop spindle with me and a supported spindle for the next couple of days, so I may do a little bit of that as well. Deborah, no team for you, just spinning every day. Yeah, and that's kind of what I feel like I'm doing. And anyways, it's just fun to feel like you're part of something and you can see different people's posts and what they're working on. I think it's really exciting just to see what their spinning wheels look like. Anyway, so I had this. This is Shetland. I got to start labeling this stuff, you guys. I'm going to start forgetting what it is. No, this is not Shetland. Okay. Oh my goodness. Definitely got to start labeling this. Anyways, this here is 100% wool. And I had 2 bobbins that I had spun filled with singles, and then I plied them. So I'm going to I had a dear friend made me a nitty naughty. So I'm going to use this and skein up these 2 bobbins here. And then I'll have bobbins free so I can start spinning. I guess I need to kind of do that tonight. Well, no, yes, I will do that tonight. I will wind these off onto the nitty naughty and then I will start. I've got a few bags of fiber with me. I'm going to divide that up and spin it and then ply it. I don't really know. I don't really have any projects in mind for my spinning. I just actually love spinning. And well, I don't know, maybe there's not enough twist in this because I, don't- I need to watch some YouTube videos as well. Anyways, I kind of go from one extreme to the other. I think having not enough twist to having way too much. So I'm feeling like this month of spinning every day, I'm going to find the happy medium and get like see, we might have a little too much twist there. I don't know. Or is that good? See, I don't even know. And so I think that's part of what I need to learn is I need to learn what I need to know. And so we'll watch some YouTube videos and just spin, but it's really exciting and I'm loving it. I'm loving the crochet. I'm having a ton of fun with that. I'm loving spinning every day. And I've got great knitting projects on the go. So it is just all around. It is just a fantastic month ahead. So what else? I think that's really it. My spinning, my crochet, working a ton on my favorite shawl, and getting a good start on the center point beanie. That has been my knitting for this week. It will feel relaxed. Oh, okay. It will relax when it's washed. Okay. And yes, and I will wash this too. Okay, then the twist will even out within the skeins once you wash it. And oh yeah, the whacking it. You know what? I forgot to do that on my other one. I washed it and I let it hang to dry and then I knit it. Hmm. Hopefully. Oh well. Anyways, live and learn. Good, better, best. That's what somebody told me, right? Just every time you just get a little bit better with every project. Sam, no, that won't work, but send me a text, okay? Did I bring clothes? Yeah, I did. I did, but it was mostly I had my spinning wheel, I had my spindles, I had fiber, I had yarn, I have knitting needles. Yeah. Clothes, yeah, that was like the last thing I packed, and it's like, okay, just yeah. What's clean in the closet? That's what I'm taking. Yeah. It's we're camping, right? So that is not a high priority. But if you don't have your yarn and if you don't have fleece and Tour Fleece is starting, that is a big problem. Okay, what else? I think that's really it. What have you guys been working on? Are you guys taking part in the Fiber Friends Mail Designer Challenge? We did pick winners last night for the June Get Her Done. We had a lot. There was like over, I think there was 60 some odd finishes, projects that you guys finished. So that was fantastic. So we picked winners. I can't remember now who they were. We picked three. Um, Anyways, go check and see if you're a winner. And then if you are one of the lucky winners, send me a message on Ravelry and I will send you a pattern. And get ready because July Ravelry thread is open for the male designer. So I'm really excited for that just to see what people are knitting, what designers they found. It is, um, yeah, it's fun. I like finding different designers. And let's see, did I bring a sorry, I had to. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so that is what I've been working on. And this week is going to be more knitting. I mean, spinning every day, a crochet block a day. Um, I've got some yarn demonstrating on Saturday that I'm really excited for an outdoor festival. It's going to be lots of fun. I will probably show you, there'll be some Instagram pictures from there, maybe a live. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, so I got lots of fun things. So I'm going to add in the spinning, the crochet. I would love to get the hat finished and get the mitts started. There's two of them. Okay, yeah, not a surprise. But there was two of them. Yes, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do it. Maybe two at a time. Do you guys do two at a time mitts? Maybe that's what I do. Maybe I need to do magic loop and do two at a time. I could divide my skein I could knit from both ends, but that just it's a yarn management issue that I don't know if I want to deal with. So I think I would just weigh my yarn and split it, maybe 2 at a time, or maybe 1 at a time and just get my act together and cast on the second one right away. I should be able to handle that, right? What do you think? 1 at a time, 2 at a time? Any ideas? What's your favorite? Do you guys do 2 at a time mitts? I'm gonna see. I'm gonna wait for some comments here. Oh, Cindy. Okay, Cindy, that's not I don't know. Is this helping me? I'm not sure. Cindy says, I did 2 at a time once for socks, never again. I actually like doing socks 2 at a time. I've got a DK weight pair on the needles, and it kind of seems like it's taking forever to get to the heel. I'm doing toe up, but I know I have to just remind myself it's 2, like you're doing 2, right? So yes, it is twice as long, and I'm gonna have a pair done when I'm done. But I haven't knit on them for a while, so they're not getting done because 'cause I'm not knitting on them, so I gotta fix that too. Liz says 1 at a time. Nikki says 1 at a time. So is socks more like a 2 at a time thing than mitts? Like, is it just we just don't do that? Should we do that? Should I do that? Should I just do 1 at a time? Pravina says 1 at a time. Sam says 1 at a time. Maybe I should just do 1 at a time and just get it done because it's like a super I mean, it's way faster than a sock. It's worsted weight yarn. All right. I think I'm way overthinking this mitten knitting, right? Okay, Carol. Hey, Carol. I knit socks in tandem. Okay. So like, but not on a magic loop though. Like you're saying, like you've got one on like DPNs and one on DPNs, or a 9-inch circular and a 9-inch, and you do cuff, cuff, like. One at a time for Deborah. Mary says, "Sometimes I just do 2 consecutively." Yeah, so, like, same as what Carol's saying, right? Cuff, cuff, thump, ba-dum, ba-dum. Maybe that's it. So, like, on double pointeds? Hi, Sherry. I'd be worried about having 2 left mitts. Oh my goodness. That's true. That would maybe that's why people don't do 2 at a time unless you're doing them, like, not left, right, like just a mitten. I wanna say unisex, that's not what a unicy like, what do you like, a one that's it can be either, right? Um, Liz is like, "Just knit the mitts." I know, I'm, like, way overthinking this, right? Sally says tandem on 9-inch circulars. I have to knit a mitt on 9-inch circulars. This could be the game changer for me, you guys. Okay, oh, Carol does you have 2 magic loops, and Sally's 9-inch, tandem 9-inch circulars. Mary's DPN are 9-inch. I have never done 9-inch for mitts. That I think that's been my problem all this time. We're gonna go with that. Otherwise, if I can't blame it on the knitting needle, it means that it is, the knitter who is not getting them done. And I mean, which of course it is, but I'm like maybe 9-inch might be. I loved a 9-inch when I started knitting socks on it. I think double points was always my way to knit socks. And then 9-inch circular, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. So okay, that's it. I'm gonna except I don't have one with me. So maybe I'll wind the yarn. No, I don't have a 9-inch circular that is that large for a worsted weight yarn. But I went into okay, I don't know. Let me do some looking. Let me do some looking, see what I have. Okay, you guys are fantastic. Thank you for giving me this time to talk all of this out, and you guys get to listen to to everything. But I am just going to take Liz's advice. I'm just going to cast them on whatever I have. I think I'm going to do 9-inch circular one at a time and just be disciplined and get one done and cast the other one on and just keep having fun and knitting and knitting and knitting. And I'm going to be pumping out mittens like you would not believe in a very short time frame. That's my plan. All right, everybody. It is almost 9 o'clock. I think that is pretty much everything. Is there anything else we needed to chat about? Fiber Friends, Tour de Fleece. Mary, super quick. How is Sock Bingo going? Have you got like squares checked off your bingo card? I know I'm gonna have to, maybe you're gonna have to live through you doing sock bingo, and then maybe next year I will attempt that. Quite possibly. We will see. Okay, just scrolling back through the comments. Is there anything? Yeah, lots of one at a time. Everybody seems to be one at a time. And maybe that's the whole thing, the left, right thumb placement, because I'm just already thinking that would just like boggle my mind. If you're trying to do two at a time, then you have to make sure which one is left, which one is right, and you're not doing things right. Like you're gonna knit a few stitches and you're gonna thumb increase on this one. You're gonna like knit all the way around and you're gonna do thumb on the other side, and like doing that at the same time, I think would be um a disaster, quite possibly. I think it would have to be mittens, or maybe you knit, oh gosh, maybe you knit two left mitts and then you knit two right mitts, and then you end up with four mitts and you have two pairs. I don't know. Hey, Jocelyn, how are you? Oh, yes, one sock complete. Good job, Mary. That's exciting. All right. Well, anyways, you guys, thank you so much for voting and for watching and for chatting. And let me um, just kind of vent about my whole mitten issues. So come back next Monday and we'll see, what did I end up doing with my mitts? Did I find a 9-inch? Did I go buy one somewhere? Did I just go with DPNs because I have like 100 sets of them? Do I do magic loop? Do I do two at a time? What do I decide for the mitten pattern? I mean, like, my goodness, this is just, I'm going to leave you guys with a cliffhanger. What will the mittens be? Come back next Monday and you will find out. The saga of the mitten continues. Okay. Um, I can't, they end up being fingerless mittens. I know, that's right. If I don't finish them, they could be fingerless mittens, but they're not. They're going to be covered. I want my fingers to be warm. What color won, Mary? It was the green, which we were talking. Yes, so we kind of care. Somebody called this celery, and I liked that. So the celery colorway won. And we were talking about colors for the mushy peas and giving it something a little more um happier name. I don't know. Anyways, we had sour apple, maybe just sour apple. This could be sour apple. I like that. I might just do that. Okay. Anyways, I may still put a poll up next, or like tomorrow, the next day, and see what you guys think. Sour apple. You may just do that because that might just be fun too. But I'm kind of leaning towards sour apple. Okay, anyways, you guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to wind this. I'm going to see if I have needles here. If I do, it will be magic loop for mittens. Or this will get started in a couple of days. Anyways, thanks, you guys. Thanks for voting. Thanks for chatting. And have a great oh, nice. Nikki's saying the green looks like apartment candy we had when we were in Newfoundland. And so is that a good thing? I hope so. All right, you guys, thank you so much. It's been a great way to start off Monday, and I will see you next Monday with maybe a finished hat and a good start on our mittens. Have a fantastic week. Happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy spinning, all of the fun things. And we'll see you later. Keep an eye out on Instagram for some updates during the week, and then I'll come back and I'll see you next Monday. Bye, everybody.